Women's History Month is a dedicated month to reflect on the often overlooked contributions of women to United States history. In this documentary, we will look back and reflect on the women that have inspired our futures.
Hi, I'm Leslie from Brown Girls Embrace. I'm a self-love confidence coach, a natural hairstylist, and the creator of the products Embrace by Leslie Ann. Brown Girls Embrace was created for women of color to embrace mental health, natural hair, and each other. For Women's History Month, I'm collaborating with my friend and mentor, Erica. I hope you enjoy the documentary.
Hey there, this is Erica from Kinfolk Chat on YouTube. I am so happy that you guys are tuning into this documentary. My channel on YouTube is about history, genealogy, and looking back into our history as people of color and learning more about our experiences overseas as well as in America. I'm so happy to have collaborated on this project with Leslie from Brown Girls Embrace. And I also appreciate all of the ladies that contributed their talents to this documentary as well. So I hope you guys enjoy it and thank you so much for watching. We would like to acknowledge all of the women that contributed to this documentary. We would like to thank Kaya Nyasha. Kaya is the one that performs the opening poem for this documentary. She's currently a student at the Berklee College of Music. Next, we have Monica of Twisted Intimacy. She's an entrepreneur who teaches women how to blend intimacy, love, and sensuality together to build self-love and confidence. Lita Harlem is an entrepreneur from Business Crossing Network, My Natural Me, Keep the Box LLC, and more. Lita's overarching brand, Business Crossing Network, is a network that supports startup businesses, provides networking opportunities, learning and education, as well as personal promotion. Nyabinga Ziani is a motivational speaker, published author, and spoken word poet with the Sisters Heal Network. She operates a sacred healing space called the Sisterhood, which is a community of Black sisters that come together to heal, love, release, and be vulnerable. Andrea from Wrapped in Chic is a social media influencer that covers style with a special focus on head wraps and turbans. She encourages women to tap into their beauty from within and watch it radiate on the outside.
Hey, Brown Girls. In this documentary, we will explore the history of Black women in this country. We'll explore the culture, their skin, and their hair, and our present-day women in business.
I love my Black women. With thick tongue and heavy twang. With thick thighs and thin waist. I love my Black women. With clothes flashy and talk loud. With gaze fierce and heart proud. I love my Black women who tend to their children, who carry the heavens on their shoulders to feed them. I love my Black women who rock their natural and slay they weave and ornament their child's heads with beads. I love my Black women. 'Cause see, you get it from all sides. And when the pressure hits, you don't quit. No, you take your lashes in stride. I love my Black women, queens in our own right. I love you, Black women. Hang in there. my women.
When we think of African American women that changed American history, we think of Harriet Tubman, Ida B. Wells, Angela Davis, Mary McLeod Bethune, and so many more. These women paved the way for us. They allowed us the opportunity to experience the freedoms that we are so honored to have today. Historically, many cultures in continental Africa developed hairstyles that define status or identity in regard to age, ethnicity, wealth, social rank, marital status, religion, fertility, adulthood, and death. Hair was carefully groomed by those who understood the aesthetic standard, as the social implications of hair grooming were a significant part of community life. Dense, thick, clean, and neatly groomed hair was something highly admired and sought after. Hair groomers possessed unique styling skills, allowing them to create a variety of designs that met the local cultural standards. Hair was usually dressed according to local culture. The 1960s was the time when the civil rights movement was beginning to morph into the Black Power movement. This movement meant that the visual aesthetic of black was in direct contrast to straight hair. Wearing their hair in its natural state was a way of showing their connection to Africa. This was their way of going against European standards of beauty. In the 1970s, the natural hair movement was seen on various members throughout the culture, including the Black Panther Party and other activists. The Afro hairstyle was also seen in films throughout the 1970s. The Afro has also been a source of contention within society in the 70s. The style was seen as a political statement, and therefore, Afro-wearing black women were harassed and many were arrested by the police. While the 80s and 90s abandoned the Afro hairstyle, the 2000s saw an emergence of the style within the black community. Black women began to ditch relaxers and allowed their natural hair to grow out. Afro-textured hair, or kinky hair, is the hair texture of populations in Africa, their diaspora, and parts of Southeast Asia. Each strand of this hair type grows in a tiny, angle-like helix shape. The overall effect is such that, contrasted with straight, wavy, or curly hair, Afro-textured hair appears denser sometimes. A person's hair has different textures. In 1997, hairstylist Andre Walker created a numerical grading system for human hair types. The Andre Walker hair typing system classifies Afro-textured hair as type 4. There are other types of hair defined as type 1 for straight hair, type 2 for wavy, and type 3 for curly, with the letters A, B, and C used as indicators of the degree of the coil variation in each type, with the subcategory of type 4C being most exemplary of the Afro-textured hair. The Crown Act was created in 2019 to ensure protection against discrimination based on race-based hairstyles by extending statutory protection to hair texture and protective styles such as braids, locks, twists, and knots in the workplace and public schools. Dark skin is a type of human skin color that is rich in melanin pigments, especially eumelanin. People with very dark skin are often referred to as black people. Although this usage can be ambiguous in some countries, where it is also used to specifically refer to different ethnic groups or populations. Humans with dark skin pigmentation have skin naturally rich in melanin, especially eumelanin, and have more melanosomes, which provide superior protection against the deleterious effects of ultraviolet radiation. This helps the body to retain its folate reserves and protects against damage to DNA. Colorism, a practice of discrimination by which those with lighter skin are treated more favorably than those with darker skin. This practice is a product of racism in the United States, in that it upholds the white standards of beauty and benefits white people in the institutions of oppression. Colorism affects us in different ways because of our environments and experiences. Ebony Magazine discussed an interesting notion that darker women have lost confidence and need to be told they are beautiful to end colorism. For me, colorism isn't about some people finding me less conventionally beautiful because of my skin tone. I usually chalk that up to blindness. For me, colorism starts with our media accurately portraying dark-skinned women without lightening techniques, addressing the issue by engaging all cultures, and ditching the notion that we all crave to be the fairest of them all. Skin tone discrimination is a deeply personal issue that can impact a person's confidence and sense of self. When someone feels harmed by colorist behavior or language, take it seriously and respectfully. Embrace the hard conversations. Inviting someone to learn more about colorism can go a long way. Make an effort to keep educating yourself about colorism and seek out the perspective of the folks who experience it. It is all of our responsibility to confront colorism and show up for the folks who are marginalized by it. From the Harlem Renaissance in the 1920s to the Civil Rights Movement to the 80s and 90s hip-hop era to now, African influence on fashion has made a significant mark on Black culture. The colors, pattern, and style of African clothes all carry meaning. As clothing styles transformed over the years in the African American community, we can still see the influence of African clothing in what is worn today. The boldness of the colors, the shape of the clothing, and the style is an important feature of clothing in Black culture. African American women place great emphasis on making sure that their clothing reflects their personalities, style, and value. Kente cloth comes from a textile practice that originated in Ghana centuries ago. The fabric has come to symbolize cultural affiliations from West Africa across the diaspora. But legend has it that a spider spinning a complex web inspired the earliest kente techniques and design. Weaving kente cloth is a cultural tradition of the Asante, also known as Ashanti people, and these fabrics were originally used exclusively to dress kings and their courts. Each block pattern and color has a distinct name and meaning, and the cloth often includes Adinkra symbols which represent concepts or sayings. For example, an oft-used kente pattern is Intri. It means, when you climb a good tree, you are given a push. Put another way, when one takes up a worthy cause, one will be supported by their community. Here are a few colors commonly found in kente cloth and their meanings. Black, spiritual strength, maturity, mourning, and funeral rites. Red, blood, death, political passion, strength. Blue, peace, love, unity, and harmony. Gold or yellow, wealth, royalty. Green, growth, harvest, renewal. White, purity, cleansing rites, festive occasions. Purple or maroon, Mother Earth, healing, protection from evil. Kente appeared on the radar of most African Americans in 1958 when Kwame Nkrumah, the first Prime Minister of independent Ghana, wore the cloth to meet with President Eisenhower at the White House. Kente cloth and dashikis remain staples of urban black life and received a new layer of significance when adopted by the hip-hop community in the 1980s. A kufi, or kufi cap, is a brimless, short, and rounded cap worn by men in many populations in North Africa, East Africa, Western Africa, and South Asia. It is also worn by men throughout the African diaspora. Black women have bold, creative, and unique style. They have always been on the cutting edge of fashion. They are filled with confidence that shines through in the way that they wear their hair, rock their clothes, and in the way they strut. In the United States, an astounding 17% of black women are in the process of starting or running new businesses. That's compared to just 10% of white women and 15% of white men. Never before have we seen such potential for black women to elevate their voice and their careers and to achieve social and economic equality. One means for realizing this dream lies in the opportunities offered through entrepreneurship. Women bring a different set of perspectives to problem solving that can enhance the quality of the solution. Women bring a unique set of issues and experiences that can help in decision making, enhancing the quality of the decision. Women entrepreneurs tend to be highly motivated and self-directed. They also exhibit a high internal locus of control and achievement. Researchers contend that women business owners possess certain specific characteristics that promote their creativity and generate new ideas and ways of doing things. Today, African American women continue to make their mark on American culture. Let's meet some of the African American women that are shaking up society through social media, business, beauty, and more.
I am Leslie Tarleton. I am a natural hairstylist from the DMV area, and my brand is Brown Girls Embrace. And Brown Girls Embrace is about women embracing self-confidence and self-love.
Hey everybody, my name is Monica Monk and I am the owner of Twisted Intimacy, Phoenix Crochet Designs, and I also do some modeling on the side. What can I say? I'm a serial entrepreneur. But my main business is Twisted Intimacy. And Twisted Intimacy is all about building that self-confidence and love within yourself by being vulnerable. When I talk about intimacy, I talk about vulnerability. And with Twisted Intimacy, you're able to fall in love with yourself so that every time that you look in the mirror, you're like, I love what I see.
Hello, everybody. I am Lita Harlem, and I am the owner and founder of My Natural Me. My Natural Me is an organization that is all about helping girls and women to understand how to speak to themselves in a healing way so that they can show up for themselves first.
Hello, beautiful people. My name is Naya Bengaziani.
Hi, everyone. My name is Andrea. My brand is Wrapped in Chic. What does it involve? It's all about chic style, head wraps, turbans, and really being yourself. Wearing or rocking a style that is unique to you, that you feel confident in. And that's what it's all about. You know, we pay so much attention to how we look outwardly, but it's also important to take care of ourselves internally and inwardly. And that's through spiritually, physically, emotionally, and mentally. I think those things are so important. I think as women, it's important for us to continue to grow and improve in those areas and spend just as much time as we do on those things as we do on making sure we're looking great and giving things off that look really pleasing aesthetically outwardly. I look forward to bringing some unique curated looks to my audience in the very near future. So check me out if you can.
No, I did not always like my natural hair. I started to get a relaxer at a really young age because the natural hair community and natural hair products wasn't out there. And so when my new growth started to come in from my relaxer, it felt kind of odd to me because it's like, oh, hair is not supposed to feel like this because nobody around me was natural. So I didn't think it was a good thing to have new growth coming in.
Did I always like my natural hair? Short answer is no. You know, growing up in a Black household and being the only girl, right? And I had very long hair, like it touched my butt. Like it was very, very long. I got pictures to prove it. And it wasn't until I started getting relaxers that most of it broke off. And the concept of doing twist outs and things of that nature was not heard of. You know, it was go to the hairstylist, get a relaxer, and have them do whatever. And it wasn't until I got older and started seeing more people embrace their natural hair that I started to learn to love my own curl pattern.
I have to admit, from the moment that I, as they say, went natural, I have loved my natural hair. I think one of the challenges I had initially is that I'm a person that loves diversity, and I've always had tons of different styles. And initially I was afraid that I would not be able to have that with natural hair. But obviously that has not been the case. And I've loved the variety of styles that I could do, from twists to obviously protective styles like the one I have now, as well as even just straightening it out and rocking it in a straight pressed look.
I have been locked for almost 10 years now. I started my natural hair journey because I was tired of saying that I hated my hair. What I realized over time was that wasn't even me talking. It was just different opinions and comments over the years of me growing up that I internalized. So I decided that I wanted to go natural and embrace who I truly was.
I did not always like my natural hair because I didn't know how to moisturize it well and take care of it. However, when natural hair became very noticeable and popular with YouTube, it allowed me to explore ways that I could take better care of my hair. When it was like in a straight press state, it wasn't so bad, but when I was dealing with my natural curls, it was very hard. So YouTube definitely helped me a lot in that area, and I grew in my understanding from reading books on how to take care of my hair and going to really experienced good hairstylists that educated me on my hair.
I went natural in 2010 when the natural hair community came out. There was artists like India Arie and Erykah Badu. I finally felt like there was somewhere I fit in. And those ladies in the natural hair community, I finally felt like that was the place I belonged.
My junior year of college, and I had already limited the number of relaxers I was getting anyway. And I'm a person, I used to do my own hair, I still do my own hair all the time, but when it came to to taking care of my hair back then, because I was straightening it, I was the one to do it, but I did not know how to do a relaxer. Now, if I knew how to do a relaxer, I think things would have been a little bit different, but I had already limited the relaxers I got to like once or twice a year. So I had already started seeing my curl pattern, and I liked what my hair was doing. I was learning how to do twist outs. I was learning how to do Bantu knots and stuff like that. And it took my junior year of college to I was really like, yeah, I want to make the big top, because I was tired of the straggly ends, and I really liked how springy my curls looked. And I was like, okay, I'm ready to take this journey. Now, was I happy when I did it? Who no, because I'm thinking, once I, cut it off, like it would still be the same length. Little did I know that shrinkage is a whole thing, right? And I had shrinkage, and I actually, I'm sad to say this, I got mad at my friend because she was the one that cut off my ends, and I was like, why isn't my hair the same length? What did you do? And she was like, it's okay, it's shrinkage, it happens. So it's learning to embrace having that length of hair at the time to what I have now. Like, I don't mind cutting my hair. Like, I really don't. Like, healthy ends all day for me.
I believe it's now been about 7 years that I've been natural. And for me, it's interesting because, as I mentioned, I was a little bit nervous about going natural, but honestly, I was having some challenges with my hair between stress and just a whole different lifestyle. And so I was kind of forced to go into the whole natural world. I decided to just stop perming my hair and just kind of leave it alone. And when I stopped doing that and I took the braids out and all of that, I realized that my natural hair was just stronger and healthy. And so I did the big chop, and I honestly have not regretted it ever since.
I started my locks to honor my grandmother who passed away from cancer. And in the midst of her going through her chemotherapy, she had to cut off her locks. So these are in honor of her memory, and I am very committed not to cut them off because I love them so much.
I decided to embrace my natural hair, believe it or not, after experiencing something. At a time in my life, there was someone around that told me basically in not so many words that I wasn't enough in many ways and wanted me to be something that I was not. One way that I got back to myself is embracing my natural hair. Instead of trying to be what someone else wanted, I needed to be myself. And that involved me wearing my natural hair. And I just had a ball doing that. And I have not looked back since. That was years and years ago. But really and truly, that is what made me decide to really embrace my natural hair. And I was like, this is me. I'm taking it. And, that's it. Take it or leave it.
Yes, my wardrobe is a reflection of my hair. A lot of people who are natural usually kind of have the eclectic look, bohemian looks. My wardrobe and my hair kind of match up together, so I make sure that all of it blends together.
I would say yeah. So I'm honestly the type of person, you'll probably catch me in a crop top and some shorts or some pants or something like that. Like, I'm very into the athleisure wear right now. I'm really into crochet tops, crochet skirts, stuff like that, because like I said, I crochet. So I really learned to just embrace my body and do what looks good on me. Like, I am very confident and bold in myself, and my hair speaks for itself. So of course my wardrobe has to reflect that. It has to change with it. But I'm not as with the fast fashions and stuff like that. Like, I'm not really into that. Like, I like more timeless pieces, because guess what? My natural hair is timeless. Like, I will rock this, forever, right? Because this is me. This is really all me, and I'm not scared to show people how I am.
I would definitely say that my wardrobe represents not just my natural hair, but it really represents my journey. It represents where I am in the moment. And I noticed that it really kind of all goes together. So depending on what I'm doing with my hair in that moment, if I'm rocking it straight, if I'm rocking one of my protective styles, it brings on its own personality, and my wardrobe will normally change to kind of match what particular style I'm rocking with my hair.
I feel like my wardrobe kind of is a reflection of my hair, because with natural hair, it's so versatile. There's so many things you can do with it. It's chic, it's beautiful, it's fly, and I mean, it's unique to you. So just like chic style and fashion and things like that, it's unique to the person. They make it their own. And I feel like with natural hair, that's exactly what we do. And so it definitely is a reflection of my wardrobe. I think about hairstyles with outfits I want to wear and so on and so forth.
So of course I use my products Embraced by Leslie, and this is my hair mask that I use as a conditioner and as a styling cream. This is my Shea Butter hair mask. I use it with my conditioner, so I cocktail it, and I use it as a styling cream. So when it's time for me to blow dry my hair, I put a little bit on the ends of my hair, and it makes my hair softer to comb through as a natural.
So any natural hair guru, product junkie, whatever you want to call it, we're gonna go through some hair products now. Like, I can tell you, I've been through a lot of them, and I found my key ones. I really like Pattern Beauty right now. My curls love them. like Pattern Beauty, Tracy Ellis Frost girl, please call me. I'll be a hair model for you, I promise. But what I like to do is I like to make sure that my hair is really cleansed. If I know that I'm using products that might sit on my hair, I'll try to do like a clarifying shampoo every now and then. But I usually do a moisturizing shampoo. I do the heavy conditioner and a leave-in, the styling cream, and a heavy gel. Because with my curls, if I use something like a souffle or like something light, my curls are gonna be like, girl, what is this? We don't like this. So I really focus on my ends, make sure that these are healthy, since your ends are the oldest part of your hair. But don't be scared to get a trim. Do not be scared. Your hair will grow back. I promise you, your hair will grow back. And guess what? You probably want your hair a lot shorter than when you have it longer. So, you know, that's what I use. I also I like to support local businesses too. So Naturally Vera is a really good product line. You don't need a lot of that one, but like I mentioned before, my hair gets used to products, so you know, I have to switch up my products every now and then. But yeah, I really like this, like what I'm doing with my hair. It's I had to get a trim, and I had to cut off like a good 6 inches because I was not taking care of my ends, and I'm not scared to admit that. But you know, it's growing back very nicely, and I know I need a trim when my ends start not ending the way that I need them to do. Meaning that, like, if I'm doing a twist out and like some of the ends are a little raggedy, I'll just be like, oh, yeah, it's time for a trim. But usually I'm good. Like, I wrap my hair at night and all of that, and I'll moisturize it when needed, but I try not to be so heavy with my products, like doing it every day, because the products would seep onto my skin and it'll make my skin break out. We don't want that. So, but that's pretty much what I do and what I use.
As far as products go, I'm probably what would be considered a product junkie. I basically have a little bit of everything. I am constantly trying new things. I really can't say that I have a favorite. I really just kind of go with sometimes what someone kind of will recommend to me, but ultimately I enjoy the ones that I can definitely feel leave my hair softer. Some products out there, they may moisturize in the moment, but I notice that afterwards my hair is a little harder or not quite as moisturized. So I tend to gravitate towards the ones that keep my hair moisturized. I will say old school pink lotion, I think it's kind of like a newer version of it now, but I do like that, especially when, again, I'm just trying to have nice, soft, moisturized hair.
I have been encouraged, because I used to product hop a lot, to narrow down my products and stick to a line if possible. So I had gone to a hairstylist in, I think it was 2021. She encouraged me to use Mielle Organic. She gave me 3 products to try, and one was the Babaso, I believe it is, shampoo and conditioner, which the conditioner, amazing, and also the avocado hair milk. And from there, I went on to try the mint almond oil, and more recently, I started using the pomegranate, I believe it's called souffle or sculpting souffle. It's in a pink jar, and I used it for my braid out today along with the mint almond oil. I love that product so much for styling. It's very concentrated even with my thick hair, and it's great. I also have started using Embrace by Leslie Ann Brown Girls Embrace hair mask with shea butter in it, and it's very moisturizing. I really like that, and I'm looking forward to use that more and more in my regimen. And so that's what I'm pretty much doing, keeping it simple, sticking with mainly one line, and maybe I'll add a few things here and there, but nothing too major.
So Brown Girls Embrace is all about women embracing self-love and self-confidence, and us embracing each other. So my positive affirmation is for you to wear your crown proudly, ladies. Your hair is your crown, and I suggest you wear it proudly, ladies.
An affirmation that I really love to hear is I radiate from the inside out.
I will just leave with I am my hair, I am my eyes, I am my smile, I am the many experiences that I've had in life. I am the full circle of everything that I've gone through up until this point, and it's what makes me unique and special and beautiful, and I embrace all of it.
My positive affirmation or affirmations. My best is enough. I honor my boundary. I know myself.
This video was sponsored by... For luxurious, shiny hair, try the Brown Girls Embrace Hair Mask. Fortified with ingredients to keep your hair healthy and shiny. Try it today.